Yeah, Todd, as we get ready and you see the crews making their final adjustments, starter Tom White's near the back of the field, making sure everybody's buckled in and ready to go. When we do give the command to start the engines, we've got newly engaged Nicole and Chris. They're going to give the command down here on the start-finish line. They're up in VIP Suite 1, celebrating Dakota's heavenly birthday today. So Nicole and Chris getting ready to go, clearing their throats. Couple minutes here. Once everybody gets buckled in and ready to go, we'll turn them loose. So a couple minutes yet to catch your breath, get something to eat, get something to drink before we fire up the super late models and give it a go for 75 laps.
Just moments away, Jim, from giving the command to get this race underway for the ARCA Midwest Tour here at the Slinger Super Speedway.
And it's one of those days we've anticipated for a long time. A season opener is always a big deal. This is the first of 11 races on the ARCA Midwest Tour, the first of 8 races for the Elite 8 Super Late Models that race here for a points championship at Slinger Super Speedway. To give you an idea, ARCA Midwest Tour past champions include Nathan Hoslite, Dan Fredrickson, Steve Carlson twice, Andrew Morrissey, Jonathan Island. Dan Fredrickson won again in 2013. Ty Majeski won 4 straight championships, 2014 through 17. Dalton Zier, the 2018 champions in the field today. As is Casey Johnson, who'll start back in 12th. He won the last 2 championships prior to Ty Majeski coming back in 2021 to win his 5th title. That's on the line. It's wide open. Ty Majeski told us this week on Midwest.
ARCA MT.
So
let's do that.
Send in what you think. Where are you watching it from? Are you on the couch? Are you in the shop? Are you out in the backyard doing chores with the TVs on in the background? There's a lot of
take a break from the
a lot
chores.
of backyard patios that have the TV flying. Take us a
Maybe
picture.
you're around the grill.
Send us a picture. Use the hashtag ARCAMT. Who are you rooting for today? Who do you want to see to win this? You want to see a Slinger driver win it? That'd be a huge deal. $5,000 to win is twice as much they'll get here Racing Weekly. $2,500 to win.
Do you want to see Ty Majeski take that money back to Ohio? You want to see Luke Fenhouse take the money back to North Carolina?
Or you want to see a young teenager like Levon Vandergeest or Gabe Summers. Both those young Wisconsin drivers are hungry.
Yep.
Gabe finished second in the points. He's only had 1 victory in the series. What would be a huge start for him in a season that's going to entail him running full-time?
Levon's looking for his first win.
It may come today in his 10th start in the series.
Driver, start your engine!
All right.
Oh, there we go.
Quite the engagement announcement.
Right?
I wonder if they got that on one knee right before we said, let's do this. What fun is that?
So, again, hit us up, ARCA MT. Is that what we went with, Jim?
Yeah, ARCA MT.
ARCA MT.
As in
Hashtag.
Midwest Tour. Yep, hashtag ARCA MT.
Hashtag ARCA MT. Let us see where you are watching this race from. The Miracle on the High Banks, Slinger Super Speedway, ARCA Midwest Tour. Cars are rolling.
The discussion to put this event on started during the promoters' workshops in Daytona in February during Speed Weeks. It came together quickly between Greg McCarnes, the Midwest Tour, and Slinger Super Speedway owner Todd Thielen. We want to thank them for allowing us to play on a Sunday afternoon in front of a great crowd.
And to your point, Jim, the schedule for the ARCA Midwest Tour was already out when this race got announced. So it was a late add to the schedule.
Can we call it a miracle?
We could.
Yeah.
We could.
The 47 of Brazen Bennett. We see the tape on the nose there.
That Chase Motorsports team.
The teams were told they can only put tape on the hood to keep it down. Obviously, that was before we went racing today.
Yep.
But a new rule here, they cannot tape over brake duct openings. They cannot tape over the grill at all. Only tape down the hood if that's some kind of advantage performance-wise. We've seen that for longer races here, to tape that hood down, because any bump or ding, these speeds, I'm telling you, it's a quarter-mile track, but you're going 11 seconds, 100 miles an hour. That could really tear up the body over time if you got any sort of damage.
Great
we're
crowd.
waving.
Great crowd today.
Wave with us. We're
They're
waving at a
waving.
huge crowd of 24 cars and a great crowd here at Slinger Speedway. Love it.
We're going to let them go here in just a moment just to get some heat in the tires.
Just warming up, I like to call it.
Just warming up?
Yep. But no, we're not racing yet. Just warming up. So again, these teams we're told, the lead lap cars get to choose each time. Every car gets to choose what lane they want to restart in. Cars that go a lap down or more have to go to the inside on the racetrack to give room for the others. Every caution flag, if we have one, there will be a car awarded a lucky dog, a free pass, as the first car not on lead lap. We'll keep track of that, where they're scoring across the screen as well for you, as we're warming it up and letting those beautiful colors shine for the first time here at Slinger Super Speedway.
And this is a live look-in. we're doing a quick little live look in here. If you haven't signed up for MidwestTour.tv, your time's running short.
So if we go say we go the first 10 laps on the live look in here, set your watch. Those 10 laps will go by in about a minute and a half. I'm telling you, you got to jump in right now to MidwestTour.tv so you don't miss any of the action today. And we want to see you next Sunday back with us for the Joe Shear Classic at Madison International Speedway on Sunday, May 1. That's another big race to start the 2022 season here for the series.
Gonna slow them down, re-rack them. Miracle on the high bank, 75 laps. If you're just joining us or perhaps on the live look-in, we had two 30-lap qualifiers, Jim. What do we call them? Late model showdowns.
Yep.
Showdowns 1 and 2, even and odd qualifiers. That helped to set the grid. It determined the cars that made this race. Great turnout.
1 to green, Rich Locke, the local, against Luke Fenhaus. Yes, he won the Slinger Championship, but let's call him a touring star, finishing second in the point standings last year in the ARCA Midwest Tour. Gabe Summers and Levon Vandergeest in row 2. Row 3 is the 11 of Alex Prunty, former track champion, against his weekly rival in the 48, Brad Keith. And here we go. What do you like to say, Dean? We're racing.
Green flag, and we're racing.
Now, I got to get that in there. We're having fun with you guys today.
Oh, inside, Richie Locke gets the run. He'll lead lap number 1. Fenhaus really got a good run off of turn number 4. Looks like Locke, though, is going to be able to hold the position. Gabe Summers to the inside of Luke Fenhaus.
Fenhaus has to find a way, and Locke moves up. Now, it's okay to take the lead. Once you can say that clear, the spotter stand is in turn 4, right above the pit exit onto the racetrack. Locke is okay doing that maneuver to get that clean run as the out-and-out leader. At some point, if Fenhaus challenges, though, track rules, which we're under Midwest Tour rules here today, then you got to leave room. You got to leave space for these cars to race and pick a lane.
And Richie Locke, you talk about him and the spotter stand. He's got Ken Noyce up in the spotter stand for him here today. Normally, Ken does not spot for Rich, but he's a veteran spotter and a last-minute add to this 55 team. And right now, he's saying pressure from behind.
And Luke Fenhaus' spotter is his crew chief, Tom Rest, who has had so much success with Luke. He doesn't live in the Carolinas. Tom repairs this car, and we saw the speed right off the trailer. Luke was fast in practice and was our fast qualifier here today. Time's ticking away. You better click on MidwestTour.tv right now to get the live look in and to continue to look in, because we're going to go away in a few laps, in a few moments. We're already 9 laps into this one.
Luke Fenhaus battling back as we have trouble in turn 4. A couple of cars have gone around in turn 4. That'll put us under caution for the first time. It looks like the 47 of Brazen Bennett, the 80 of Ryan Farrell stopped up there to avoid the 42 of Dennis Prunty.
So the number 80 came to the racetrack for the feature event without the front bodywork on the car for Ryan Farrell and his team. They got a point provisional. The damage there between Bennett, Prunty, and Farrell brings out the first caution here. So I got a little ahead of myself. We're 8 laps officially scored in here. But we're going to go away very soon from our live look-in. So please go to MidwestTour.tv and join us there. Subscribe and have some fun with us. It's going to be worth your while, because there's a lot of racing we're going to cover all season long. These races and bonus races like last night's Big 8 Series season opener. The late model race at Rockford Speedway last night. Casey Johnson, Austin Nason raced in that. They couldn't get enough racing, so they're here today.
We had this past Wednesday night, you and I hosted Midwest Tour Talk.
Yep.
We had Ty Majeski on. We had Greg McCarnes on. We had some highlights from last season. Austin Nason and Dennis Prunty have both pulled off. And here, I think, Jim, we have a replay of what brought out the caution up in turn number 4.
The 25 is Jeff Storm. Oh, it happened way ahead. Derek of Eddie Hoffman trying to figure things out. They might have backed up the rest of the field on entry. And the number 0 of Ryan DeStefano there on the bottom. He and number 47 of Brazen Bennett, they didn't seem like they came in the corner just right. They were already connected when we got a view of that car spinning.
And I think you make a good point there, Jim. It started several cars in front of that with the 8 and the 9, Kraus and Eddie Hoffman. Both of those drivers able to continue, but it had a ripple effect.
The one thing that produces anxiety here at Slinger Speedway is rolling in the pit gate.
One thing?
Rolling in the pit gate is one thing, because you know there's anxious moments every chance. You have to qualify well, within thousandths of a second separating the first 15 to 20 cars, 0.2 maximum between the top 20 and qualifying. Then you've got to go and race your way in a 30-lap qualifier today. You got to make top 10 in that. We had some great battles going on for those positions, and now you've had some time to change things over. You're still on the same 4 tires you started the day with, and you're only 6, 7, 8 laps into this, and you're really trying to find a rhythm. And some of these guys might have got a bit anxious as well entering turn 3, battling for position.
Let's take a look at the speed shot here that we have a camera on the start-finish line, and maybe that'll give us another view of what happened. We're looking back of the field, turn 3, right about now. There it is, DeStefano, the wha-bam, real big on the side of the car. Kind of got in there a little bit low, it looked like, and it stacked him up.
And Bennett and the number 42 of Dennis Prunty both made contact. At the same time, Bennett got tagged by Prunty from behind. And the number 80 of Ryan Farrell, I'm guessing, is saying, "I've had enough damage. I have nothing. I have no bumpers on the front of this thing.
I don't want to make a bad
work."
day any worse. You see Dennis Prunty there, and that 42 machine's going to rejoin the chase.
These laps do not count.
Correct.
Only green
Good
flag
point.
laps count. So
Good
Dennis
point.
Prunty went to the pits, made an adjustment. Why not? He's going to start in the back anyway after being involved.
Yep.
Could be a small change. Again, they cannot change tires. They can't get the car on the jacks during pit stop, but they can look at the car, make an adjustment, and get him back on the racetrack.
And Dennis struggled. He qualified great, qualified 5th, but in the qualifying race, in his race, he struggled. He didn't make the top 10 in his race, had to get in via a provisional. From our vantage point here, I look up at the pits and I see, as the cone is out, drivers are choosing, but the 119 of Dalton Zier also pitted and is going to rejoin the chase.
He's at the top of the ramp, ready to drop in the bowl here at Slinger Super Speedway with a 33-degree
It's kind of like that carnival game.
Oh, yeah.
That carnival exhibit where the motorcycles are riding on the wall.
Yeah.
They drop down in there.
Yeah, or when you're on that thing where you're standing on the outside wall and it goes faster and faster and faster, the floor drops and you don't. That's the feeling you get around this racetrack. A lot of G's.
So that last lap before we went to yellow, Luke Fenhaus edged out Rich Locke for the lead at the stripe. That gave Fenhaus first choice. He's going to go from the inside of row 1. Gabe Summers outside row 1. Richie Locke, who led the first several laps, inside row number 2. We're coming back to green. And Luke Fenhaus is going to take command up the back straightaway, but Gabe Summers all over the rear bumper of the 4 machine.
And Summers had to better pick a lane there because the number 55 of Richie Locke and the 11 of Alex Prunty are coming. They both race here weekly. They raced here weekly full time the last several years. They've got a leg up on the competition when it comes to double wide, getting into rhythm racing at this point. Locals against the tour guys.
And right now it is a, well, what are we going to call Luke Fenhaus? A local? I suppose we're going to call him a local because he's the defending Slinger Super Speedway Super Late Model Track champion, although he also runs on the tour.
Yeah, his performance last year was amazing. He won the Kawicki Cup on the Kawicki Driver Development Program. Levi Vandergeest trying to figure out if he wants inside or out. That's not going to last long. James Swan there with the tap from the front of that blue and silver number 97.
Swanee up on the outside, and that 97 is the 23, Vandergeest. Oh, we got one turned around.
Dennis Prunty has spun in turn number 4. Again, he went to the pits. He started in the back on this restart. He was stopped as the yellow flag appeared. Thankfully, and we've seen it here, Dean. You've been here a long time. I've been coming to this racetrack for decades. It can stack up in a hurry.
It happens fast.
So he was by himself at the rear of the field. Speculation there's something wrong. He's got the window net dropped.
down.
Something just not happy under the car. Dennis Prunty's certainly not happy behind the wheel.
Under this caution, the 119 car of Dalton Zier once again went back to the pit area to have his crew make some adjustments. So you talk about a driver not happy with his machine. Dalton Zier in the 119, add him to the list.
So in longer races we've seen here at Slinger, it's a battle of attrition, or as our friend Dick Trickle used to say, it's a battle of nutrition to stay in the fight, stay in the hunt. I remember seeing one year Jeremy Lepak finished 9th in the Slinger Nationals, and his car looked about 75% worse than Ryan Farrell's car does right now. So what Dalton Zier is doing now, he knows he's going for a points championship in the ARCA Midwest Tour, point 1. Point 2, and I don't think I'm stretching too far out of this, if he gets his car dialed in here, and gets his car where he wants it to be, and he gets a top 10 out of this, why not take these advantages as these tires will wear?
As you said, caution flags are not counting.
And he can take as much time as he needs to in the pits during yellow. Okay. All right. Bonus time for the live look-in. We're going to give you a replay of Dennis Prunty spinning. You and I will see it together on our live look-in, and then we're saying bye-bye to you. So make sure you go to MidwestTour.tv. Let's take a look at the replay. On our speed show. Oh, Dennis just snapped around.
Wow.
Wow, did he go quick.
By himself. So something is clearly not right on that 42 machine, as it really snapped around.
He scored some points for style, but that's not what he wants to do. He wants to win races and checkered flags. Look at the third car from the end coming into turn number 4, just clearing those green billboards, and the car just goes right around in a heartbeat. Man, they go quick. Whoop, right there. I had to give a sound effect. That's okay.
It was a good one, too. I didn't know if that was you or if that was a machine.
No, that was me.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. All right. So there is our live look-in. You want to see more? We want you to see more.
Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next Sunday. Maybe
Well-
with a live look-in, but if you buy right now, subscribe on MidwestTour.tv. We'll see you in about 10 seconds. Right, Dean?
Yep.
All right, see you.